Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second episode of season 2, The Matters of the Heart. This is your host, Ali Ahmad Sheikh. Today, we will be talking about cinema and its functioning in an interesting way from an actor and his journey of films. About our guest, an actor and a producer. He has performed in theatre and in feature films, namely Slumdog Millionaire, which was his debut, Prague, Fugly, Sing is Bling, and Gift, a German film. In 2019, he has also acted in short film which was directed by Mr. Santosh Sivan for Ari Camera. In 2018, he has won the Best Actor Award for his short film The Idiot at the Lake City International Film Festival. The Idiot, which had its world premiere at the 40th Asian American International Film Festival of New York, was also in international competition in Cinema of Tomorrow at the 39 Cairo International Film Festival and concurrently completed in several Indian short film festivals as well. He shot a web series and portrayed the romantic lead role in a German film called Gift, directed by Daniel Herrich, which Gernot role for which he had to learn German. The film was released on their biggest TV channel ARD on May 17, 2017 in Germany, Austria and Switzerland. Web series, short films, intense acting workshops, upcoming Bollywood projects, so much more. Let's hear it from a very talented guest, Mr. Arfi Lamba. Welcome to हमारा अपना chat show at Parul Institute of Design at Parul University. Arfi,
Was
once
I
again, welcome.
Hi, was I on all the time?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was doing all the. I'm so sorry. Thank you for having me, Ali, and thank you anyone who's joining in. Thank you. I'm so sorry for that. I thought he's gonna take me on, and I'm
It's
not on
okay.
camera. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So, Arfi, welcome once again.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're live with us at Parul University.
No, yes. Now I'm all gung ho. Thank you. So what's going on?
All
How's
right,
quarantine
Arfi.
been for you guys?
So, Arfi, tell me, a chemical engineer and then an actor and a producer. Would you like to share the journey with our students?
I think the journey's been pretty simple. It's always been following the heart. I remember when I wanted to do engineering, it was a very, very simple thing that I didn't want to stay in my small town in my village. I grew up in Punjab when terrorism was at its height. So the obvious choice of parents would be to make their kids study and go away from Punjab, go away from the fields, from the villages and all, because terrorism was at its full peak. Then when I started doing my engineering, the obvious choice became for me that I should get a job in Delhi, again away from home. I was actually running away from my roots. Delhi was a game changer for me. And in Delhi, I started realizing that whatever you want or you dream for, you can become. Delhi was a culture shock. I came from a village to Delhi. And my talking in English, my learning the language, my becoming suave, it all came from my job with Engineers India. I guess in Delhi, I started dreaming about becoming an actor because it happened by chance that you would go to gym like every other Punjabi boy and you had a body. And I got somebody spotted me in a gym and they said that they'd like to do a calendar with me. That calendar shoot and then another calendar shoot. Then my first girlfriend in Delhi was a model, through her meeting more people doing those things. So one thing led to another, and you don't know when that desire of a boy watching cinema in Punjab, like it became like a dream and a passion. It was just everybody in India wants to be an actor. All of us, when we are growing up, we dream to be on the silver screen. We have our fans, our idols. So it was no different for me. And but I don't know when it became my passion in Delhi. And then one fine day, I quit everything. I took my bags and I came to Bombay. When I came to Bombay, I was young and naive. I didn't even know that Bandra was a part of Bombay. I just landed and I didn't know anyone in this city. I had the guest house of my company for 2 days, and after that, I had to look for a place to stay. But one thing led to another. God has been kind. First acting, then to survive in Bombay, because as an outsider, you don't get every big part, and you don't want to take every part. Now things are different with OTT platforms. That as an actor, you should do everything that comes your way. Earlier, we were all like, if I've come to do films, I'll only do films. I'll not do television. There was no OTT. You would only wait for the right roles. So to survive in Bombay, I started producing. That was like survival tactic. You have to live in Bombay, and Bombay is not cheap, and you want to do your dreams and pursue them, follow them. So you got to earn some money in Bombay. Production happened by chance, but today I'm in love with both of them. I love acting as much as I love production, and that has been a wonderful journey. But everywhere, at every step, it has been an impulse, a desire that I have followed through honestly. It's not like there was never a stupid push or pull. It's always been what my heart says, just follow it, and I'm here now.
So why acting? Or is it okay to be both?
So like I said, everybody, all of us, all of us, when we are growing up in small towns, we are all impressed with Bollywood, with our cinema is such an intrinsic part of our culture, cinema, audiovisual medium, so it somewhere it was always at the back of my mind, that you have to go and do, you would dream of ki acha mera bhi gana chal raha hai. You wouldn't realize that, I would think that actors to Bombay mein like paida hote honge aur bante honge, but you didn't realize that this is something like an engineering job. You study and then you get a job. To become a doctor, you study and you become a doctor. I didn't know how to become an actor. I didn't know that there's a way somebody can actually, from a small town also come to Bombay, pursue their dreams to be an actor. When I realized that, I think there was no stopping me. All this doing engineering, everything else was just like stopgap arrangements to reach a dream. And I don't find anything wrong in being an actor and producer both. I think it's great. When I'm acting, when I'm producing, I'm not sitting idle or I'm not thinking about other things. I'm busy and I'm working and I'm still making films. I'm still attached to films, a medium that I love so dearly. So I think it's great.
So is this industry a scary place? How do you find it?
No, man. I mean, there's a line that we say, you experience what you expect. So if people come here thinking it's a scary place, it's a bad place, they're going to encounter those experiences. I mean, I would say it's a little more difficult than any other industry for sure. The avenues are only as much. You can only do few OTT shows, or you can only do a few movies and short films. Your avenues are less to showcase your work and to get noticed. But like in engineering, there probably would be like lakhs of jobs. In doctors, there could be lakhs of hospitals. So we have that thing that, for small roles, everybody's competing. But I wouldn't call it scary. I would call it that you got to have faith in yourself. You got to show up every day. You got to work hard as an actor. It's a lot of work to be an actor. It's a myth ki hum log camera ke aage aate hain, acting karte hain aur gayab ho jate hain. The work that goes behind in doing that one scene is so much. And those who keep on practicing, keep on working hard, they reach somewhere. I wouldn't say that I've been working that hard. Somebody like Irfan Khan, somebody like Nawaz sir, look at their career and their journeys. They've been working and working hard and being at it, rejected, going back again, rejected, going back again. It's scary to get rejected, right? Nobody likes rejections. You go to an audition. I would have given some 1,000 auditions and I would have cracked some 20 of them. I mean, that's the ratio. So every time you get rejected, you have to be delusional. How do you stay delusional saying, "Arey nahi, main dobara karunga to theek ho jayega," or "That was not my fault. Let me do something else. Let me try again. It's so difficult. There are times you get depressed to fight that and all, I would say the scary parts rest more with you than with the industry. Of course, there are scavengers everywhere. Of course, that there will be people who want to take advantage of you anywhere in any industry. But it rests with you what you want to do. As long as you have defined your journey, as long as you know what you want out of it, as long as you know that this is my do and this is my don't, you'll be okay.
So you struggled, you survived, you became an actor. So tell me now, what is must for an actor to be an actor?
Well, acting is an art. It's like Bharatnatyam. It's like a writer keeps on writing to get you one script. They probably write for 6 months, so many drafts, so many characters they make, kill their characters, do something. So when we become actors, it's not that I just go in front of camera and I do something. There are processes, there are methods. We do training. We train to understand how to reach the authentic self to portray a character. We do a lot of training to get to know ourselves. We observe a lot of people, in acting schools, or even when you're just an actor, you're traveling by bus, you are all the time observing people. What is a peculiar thing that someone is doing that I can later on imbibe in me for some character which I can use? Or you keep on observing people for the sake that if I get that kind of character, how will I portray that? There's a lot of work that goes behind. You're constantly on the move. आपको रियाज करना पड़ता है, आपको अपनी voice practices करनी पड़ती हैं. Then when you get a job, first of all, there are auditions. You audition, you go to a place, they give you a script. You need to know how to crack that. Like in 20 minutes, you're going in front of camera and doing it. You're supposed to do it good. But then there are 200 people doing it. Then there's one person who did it good that day. He might get the job. You may be better. You may not be better. It doesn't matter. Who did good on that day gets the job. Then when you get the job, then there comes a lot of work where we sit with scripts, we remember our lines, we try to do them 100 ways, we get into the depths of the characters, we work with co-actors. Again, when you go on set, there's nothing like it. Nothing that you've prepared can prepare you for that. There are 200 people watching you. You're talking to a camera as if you're talking to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your mother, your whatever, and you're doing that part as authentically as you can. So to do that, there's a lot of work that goes before, I would say that the most important things for an actor is training, hard work, preparation, more preparation, more preparation, more preparation, and you're never prepared. It's like, and then you have to be delusional. You will get rejected so many times. Somebody will look at you and say, "ये तो दिखता नहीं है," मुंह पे बोल देंगे, "अरे फिर से आ गया यार." You hear these kinds of insults that you have to take chin up and you have to react as if you've heard. उन्हीं casting director के पास दोबारा जाना है, फिर picture देनी है, फिर से काम मांगना है till you crack it. When people say बहुत arrogant हो गया actor बनने के बाद, they don't realize how much you might have insulted that guy before you were struggling. It's not that people get arrogant. Once they reach some level, they're trying to protect themselves more, because we are very sensitive people. We are artists, बहुत ज्यादा चोट लगती है जब ये सब सुनना पड़ता है और उस चोट से निकल के दोबारा काम करना पड़ता है. So, I think it's...
university, our students are listening right now. And the struggle that you're talking about, is it the same for everybody? Because we have, all the students from different streams, from animation to movie making, to fashion, to interior, to graphic. So, can you elaborate it more that how does it really work when you're in the real industry?
So, look, times have changed a lot. You guys are lucky, or I should rather say that you guys have way more avenues than we had. Suppose you are into animation. Now we all have this. People are consuming the content here. In my time, they will have to go to a theater. In my time, they will have to buy a DVD and play it. That's a lot of work. आपने DVD खरीदी मेरी, फिर आपने उसको डाल के देखा, या टीवी पे वो फिल्म आ रही है तो आपने देखा उस टाइम पे. Now you have Netflix. Now you have YouTube. So if I do a short film now, I don't need to be dependent on someone who will take my movie to their platform. I put it on my own channel. My work, it's all about working now. You're into animation, make your small projects, be creative, do something new. Let them go. They'll not go viral in the first go. No. Even your best works may not go viral. But keep on working. Keep on doing it again and again. It's about having a platform to exhibit your work. Do that. As an actor, make short films. You literally on iPhones, people are shooting feature films. So on normal phones, do those short films. Keep on working. Don't depend. Don't wait for a messiah to come and save you. You have to be your own messiah. Creative life is so difficult. It's like a choice. Every day you create something or you try to create something, it gives you a different satisfaction. You're not sitting. I'm sure engineers get satisfaction in doing their own work, coding and all. But artists, we get satisfaction more from emotional things. What did I create today? Who did I make happy today? What was the creative conversation that made me happy? Which poem did I read today? How did that affect me? We are very inner people. Our world is inside. So it's all about not losing the touch. It's all about not getting disappointed. It's all about one foot at a time, one day at a time, but keep on working and keep on creating. And one fine day you will just look back and you'll see, I've come very far. Or wo jo hota hai na, that you get signs. That's the biggest bullshit, I'll tell you today. You don't get signs. You just keep on working. When you look back, then you find the signs. Then you're like, oh, that was a sign. That what I thought was just about to kill me, that failure was a sign to do more. So you connect the dots when you look back, not when you're going forward. You don't know how the journey is going to be. It's like one step at a time, one day at a time. Prepare, work, create, meet more creative people, jot down your ideas, do something. Always do something. Don't tell me that I don't have resources. People, when they made their first movies, they didn't have resources. When they will probably do movies 10 years from now, people will still not have resources. But those that have to become the breakout guys, breakout films, indie films, people who will win in Cannes, Venice, Berlin, they never will have resources. They only have creativity and their passion. So if you have that, you are good to rock.
Okay, so Arfi, on all of this struggle, inspiration, working process, tell me, after all this, how do you measure the success of an actor?
Well, it's a very difficult question, When I came to Bombay, for me, success was doing a Yash Chopra film. When Yash Ji passed away, I actually cried. We all have grown up on his movies. He was, Dil To Pagal Hai was like, wow. I don't know how it feels like when I watch it now, but Dil To Pagal Hai was everything for me. So then later on, I decided I'll do more of indie. Then I did Prague, and then, Prague took me to Fugly, which was commercial film altogether. I didn't know how to do comedy. Then I was like, if I get signed by a big guy who will represent me and help me, and somebody will come and save me, I'll become successful. Then Akshay Kumar signed me. Akshay sir gave me a break in like Singh is Blink was my second movie with him. And then I was like, oh, now it's done and I'm successful. But it doesn't end. I think your parameters of defining success should be that, first of all, you should define your journey. You want to be a Shah Rukh Khan or you want to be a Irfan Khan. There's nothing wrong, but they're two very, very different people. I came to Bollywood because of Shah Rukh Khan. He's my idol. But I think somebody like Irfan Khan is an amazing actor, internationally known, very hardworking. So you first define what you are aiming for. And then you define your success, not that when I get the Oscar, or when my movie go to Cannes, or when I do a 200 crore blockbuster, but you define your success by everyday progress. If I've done that short film well, if 20 people will praise me, I'm successful. Then you reach one level. Then small successes going from level to level will help you. I mean, if you ask me, as compared to when I came here, if I thought I'm successful, now I'm not. I thought I'll become the next big sensation. I will be bigger than, all these biggest of the stars. But if you ask me that, have I been a failure? No, I have not been. I've redefined myself. I'm a producer now. I've done like 4 feature films, 20 short films, doing a web series. I'm producing a web series for Hotstar right now. We've produced 3 feature films. So it's my definition always that'll either make me a success or a failure. I'd rather be kind to myself. I'd rather be kind to the journey that I had. With whatever I had, what best I have done, what best can I do? Otherwise, you'll be depressed. It's not an easy place to be if you're an outsider. If you're an outsider, you don't know people and you have to build it from scratch. It's a very, very difficult place to be. So I think rather than defining success by what others think, with those benchmarks, start having your own benchmarks. That's when it'll be a good journey.
Okay. So Arfi, now we're talking about actor's life. So tell me, how does one approach the producer or director for a film? Or just not from an actor's point of view, but anybody, any creative who approaches to work with any director, producer. What is the way or a format so that students also know?
So, it's always good to, if your directors make a short film, if your producers produce a good short film, if your actors act in a short film, they are much less resource consuming tactics. I make a good short film. I apply it to festivals. Most of the student festivals don't charge you money. You have to upload the film, and then, once you've uploaded your film, it goes to a festival, it gets some kind of recognition. Simple, email them, reach out to them on WhatsApp, be polite, don't trouble them, don't be like, there's a way to reach out, which is, like somebody like, say, Rajkumar Hirani, he'll be getting 1,000 messages a day. When he gets yours, why will he look at it? What is it that you're talking that'll make sense to him? Be precise about it, sir. I'm this student from here. I made this short film. I'll be grateful if you can watch it. So my short film went to this festival. We put a lot of hard work. It's our own thing. I'd like you to have a look at it. I'd like to assist you. Like any other industry, you start from like being an engineer, then senior engineer, then manager. There's a hierarchy here, which is the right way to go. You first become an AD in the industry, then from AD to second AD, then first AD, then you become a director. Or you have resources enough, you start directing yourself and you start pitching your work to producers saying, look, I can direct this. I can direct this. Now we have to understand one thing very clearly. Films are made with a lot of money. Even an indie film is 1 crore of rupees. And big Bollywood blockbusters are 40, 50 crores. Middle films are 5 to 7 crore rupees. Why would someone invest in you? You come to me, I don't even know you, and you want me to invest 5 crores in you because you think you are a good director. Not happening. Never happening. But you come to me, you tell me that you made a short film and you want me to make your film. I'm a producer. All right. Okay, what have you made? I'll check your short film. I'll check your resume. I'll say, I think you're not ready. Do something else. Or we are not ready. We don't have the money right now, whatever. Don't wait for the next thing. Go and make another one. Come back in a month. Then go back in 2 months. You are young. This is your time. Create. And then come back to me with 3 more films. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is not stopping. If I would not produce this film, somebody else will. Or he's getting better in his work. Keep on taking the feedback. Be open to that. If you're actors, keep on making new stories, doing new things. You have a lot of platforms. TikTok is not there anymore, which is sad. But you have your own YouTube channels that you can start. You can do many other things. But it's about don't come to any producer or director saying, I want to work with you. Come with some work. Show something. Show a writing that you've done as a writer. Make small animations out of low budget animations. Nobody's expecting you to do an Oscar winning thing, but they're expecting you to do something. That when you meet them, you have something to show. That I can judge, I can evaluate, I can get to know you. And then be in touch, be polite, don't trouble them. वो जो होता है ना गुड मॉर्निंग गुड इवनिंग, वो तो बिल्कुल मत करो किसी को. बट न्यू ईयर मैसेज, it's fine, it's non-religious. Wishing once in New Year's, wishing once sometime in between, checking on them, that's great. But then they're like, oh, acha, are yaar, yeah, I remember. And then send some new work. Keep it short, keep it small, don't be intrusive. Somewhere they will realize that there's persistence, and you never know when you get lucky. Someday somebody's reading a message like, अरे यार ऐसी स्क्रिप्ट चाहिए, अरे इसने बहुत अच्छा शॉट किया, we need somebody like that, let's just call him, you know. Synchronicity happens. I don't believe in luck. I don't know what is luck, but I believe that when you keep on preparing, you keep on aligning the universe and the forces to yourself. So what happens is synchronicity starts happening, which people call luck. But you know, it's like हम पत्थर तोड़ते जा रहे हैं, 100वीं बार मारा पत्थर टूट गया. वो 100वीं बार मारने से नहीं टूटा. It's 99 times also that you kept on striking it. It's a joint effort. You know, you keep on doing it every day, and you know things will start falling into place. Approach is simple. Be polite. Know what you want. If English is not your language, talk in Hindi. भाषा का कंट्रोल बहुत जरूरी है. आप मुझसे इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं, आप नहीं कर पा रहे तो मत कीजिए. किसी को प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, आप उनसे हिंदी में या पंजाबी में बात कर रहे हैं, आप गुजराती में बात कर रहे हैं, आप मराठी में कर रहे हैं. आई शुड बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड यू. भाषा का एक ही काम है, मुझे आपकी बात समझ आ रही है, आपको मेरी बात समझ आ रही है कि नहीं. डू अवे विद योर कॉम्प्लेक्सेस. द मोर कॉन्फिडेंट यू बिकम, द बेटर यू विल प्रेजेंट योरसेल्फ. और कॉन्फिडेंस काम करने से आता है. कोई बहुत सुंदर दिखता है ना, उसको भी 2 मिनट लगते हैं उसको कॉन्फिडेंस तोड़ने में भी. somebody is very good, ए यार तुम तो मुंह खोलते हो, काम खराब हो जाता है. Confidence goes down. But when I've worked again and again, when I've done things, you know, somebody will tell me, but your work is not good. I can stand up and defend. Sir, उस वाले में कैमरामैन ठीक नहीं था सर, उस वाले में हमारी लाइट चली गई थी सर. You can talk because you worked. The more you work, the more is the collective strength you get from your work. You know, you start understanding the language, you start understanding the medium, you start understanding my language and your language. I'm producing, you produced a short film. We can talk about producing. I'll be able to understand you. Otherwise, I'll talk about some things like audit, this and that. You'll not even know that. And like, कहाँ से produce करोगे यार? कहाँ से assist करवा लूँ? Or, you know, another thing is that, you know, that is also fine that, you know, people often start and they have no experience also. You don't want to make a short film still. Reach out to people. Tell them you're a novice. You want to start at lower level. You want to start learning as an assistant with stipend. Bombay is a very expensive place. It's much better when you get a job with money rather than coming कि मैं free में 3 महीने काम करता हूँ. It's बड़ा भाव पे जीना बहुत आसान नहीं रहा है. You know, our times were still good. You know, I used to stay in slum and, you know, you could survive. Abhi to slum room in Bombay is costing you 10,000 rupees with electricity. That's like madness. Make a plan, have a plan A, plan B. The main plan should be that I want to be an animator, I want to be an editor, I want to be a writer, I want to be an actor. But I have a plan B. Okay, अगर मुझे directly acting job नहीं मिल रही, मैं अपना YouTube channel चलाऊंगा. My friends and I will make and we'll keep on doing this together. We'll keep on supporting each other. Be a support system to each other. That's very important, you know. When you're growing up, help someone else grow up. Share the information. Don't get that. मैं audition नहीं बताऊंगा. जिसको जो role मिलना है उसके माथे पे लिखा है. But you're helping someone, you don't know how universe will help you and how much it will help you. So there's all these things, you know, it's about starting the journey one step at a time, not getting depressed, practicing, rehearsing, preparing, being nice, reaching out, being humble, learning every day. And one fine day you'll be a star. Before you know it. पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि कब कहाँ से कहाँ पहुँच गए. I hope I'm not too fast and you're getting me.
No, you're good. And it's quite, you know, the conversation is quite inspiring. I mean, you said a lot of things in it. That is someone who's just going to start up, or maybe students who are learning, people who think that it's very easy, you know, because a lot of students who come to study and they think that, you know, 3 saal pad liya, 4 saal pad liya, and the very next day I'll have a job and I'll become a star. No, that is when your struggle starts. I mean, the whole journey, you explained it really well.
No, we also know people who get lucky. People who get lucky and, you know, they get the first lucky break. But after that, life becomes as difficult. Then the expectations are so high. आपको एक अच्छी फिल्म मिल गई और आपने अच्छा काम किया नहीं किया, फिल्म चल गई. After that, you have to go and make 20 more films. You have to act in 20 more of them. You still don't know the camera angle. You still don't know the light. You still don't know how to move in front of camera. Camera का motion और आपका motion साथ जा रहा है. आपका face नहीं छुपना चाहिए. Dialogue आपको उधर देख के बोलना है. These are technicalities that you only learn when you work. So pick up a camera, work with your friends, see, oh my God, you guys have so many resources. YouTube पे जाओ, making of this film, making of that film, audition of that actor. What does that actor say? How was his journey? How was their journey? Learn from all of it. I mean, anybody who doesn't know these things nowadays and want to be something, they're lazy. They have no right to be in the industry. This pandemic, I've done 3 acting courses. This pandemic, I have started a blog, which I, of course, will release whenever. I've read 3 books. I've watched so many series. I've done 2 short films. We're producing a show for Hotstar. Do something. It's about, if you will not do, somebody else is doing it. And whoever is doing it will go forward. Simple matrix है universe का. जो मेहनत करेगा वो आगे जाता जाएगा. जो रुका रहेगा वो रुका रहेगा. It's not comparative, but it's your own journey. धीरे चल लो, तेज चल लो, जल्दी चल लो, मेहनत कर लो, जैसा करना है कर लो.
Okay. Arfi, अभी ये बताओ, on a same project of being an actor and a producer, does that affect your performance, or is it okay to play both the roles? Or in a way, क्या ये nepotism भी हो सकता है?
You know, in a way, ये एक तरह का nepotism है. I shouldn't run away from that, but I must admit that I've only acted in 2 of the films that we produced. One is a short film idiot. There I was not supposed to produce it, and our producer ran away. You know, lynchings have started in India at that time. It was a very, very political but simple dark comedy, but it's political in its own way. You know, we talk about Muslims and how difficult it was to be a Muslim in India. It still is. You know, how it's getting bad. So the producer at the right time left the project, and by that time we were all so much into it that I stepped in, and with a very little money we made that film. So I'm a producer there, but I'm an actor also. But I was already an actor there. And then there's a German film that I did. They wanted an actor. I met them. You know, I did something for Berlin Tourism also way back, which we did a trailer to promote Berlin Tourism, which released with Shah Rukh Khan's Don 2. Don 2 se pehle trailer chalta tha. So that was, you know, that's like a crazy thing for me. You know, Shah Rukh Khan ki film se pehle mera trailer chal raha hai. But you know, I knew German people, and so they cast me for this. And then they were looking for an Indian line producer. So my company ended up line producing that also. But other than that, if you look any of the films that we produced, I've not acted in them. Because I believe that if you fit the part, if I fit the part, and if I can audition for it, and if I can deliver, only then I should do it. So if we are producing a film and there's a part which fits my age group, my look, I will audition for that, and that's not bad. The problem is when I would not let anyone else audition. The problem is when, you know, किसी और की फिल्म चल रही है और मैं दूसरे लोगों को रोक दूं, मैं बोलूं नहीं इसको ले लो उसको मत लो. You know, when you start cutting the right people. और या मैं प्रोड्यूस कर रहा हूँ तो 2 लड़के आ गए, I have to give someone a favor and I go to that guy and I don't go to the right guy. Favoritism is bad. Nepotism is definitely a very, very strange thing. You know, when I'm coming up as an actor, I have only 1 or 2 chances. Somebody who's a star kid might get 5 chances, 6 chances, you know, and his chances will be with the current, like, you know, with the top directors. Let's not name anyone. You know, for me, chances will be that I have to start with indie directors, small directors, keep on building up, then reach somewhere. So, you know, life's a little difficult. But who said life is fair? Who told you that, you know, that you're born और आप 2 पैसे का काम करोगे आपको 2 पैसे मिल जाएंगे? ऐसा तो कभी भी नहीं है ना. Sometimes in your own life आप 2 पैसे का काम करते हो 2 करोड़ मिल जाते हैं. So what is that? Life, the matrix is very different. It's about you doing your job. Let's forget about if nepotism is there, it is there. You know, there's a principle in life that I follow. It is what it is. Like right now, pandemic है तो है. Now whatever else you do to it is your story. मैं बोल सकता हूँ अरे यार किस्मत खराब होगी 2 फिल्में चलने वाली थी मेरी लाइफ खत्म. या मैं बोल सकता हूँ मैंने 4 workshops कर ली, मैंने ये कर लिया, मैंने वो कर लिया. This has been a golden time. The fact is, it is pandemic and we are locked. उसके बाद जो story आपको बनानी है बना लो. The fact is, I'm an outsider. I have come, I've done 4 feature films, 20 short films, and I've made a production company. अब story क्या बनाऊं मैं? अरे यार मैं किसी स्टार का बेटा होता तो मैं कितना कुछ कर लेता. या अरे यार मैं कहाँ से आया था देखो मैं कितना दूर तक आ गया. It's my choice. Whatever story you tell yourself, every cell of your body is listening. Be sure that you make a good story and you tell yourself a good story. Life में जो चीजें आने वाली हैं वो आने वाली हैं, जो पत्थर आने वाला है वो आने वाला है. अब पत्थर आ गया है तो बैठ के रो लो या उसको क्रॉस कर लो, उसको तोड़ लो. So you know, all these debates are intellectual. They're nice to have to say that अरे अगर ये nepotism नहीं होता तो मैं ये होता तो कुछ और होता. My journey is my journey. You know, we all know Gita. We all know our religious texts. We all know spiritual texts. So we all know that we are all on a defined journey. ये नहीं होता तो कुछ और होता. But I will go through this journey. You know, these difficulties I'll face, and I face them because I have to grow. I grow. I become a better person. Then I get the next opportunity. Then I go to the next level. It's like a game, video game. You know, you cross 3 barriers, then you reach next life. Then you reach next life. You know, so.
Okay. So tell me now, what in your opinion is the most important thing in a film, or we can say, what is the life of a film?
Actors are the life of film. You know, I mean, I know that, you know, we get a lot of flack as actors. Producers are. Production is a thankless job. Producer is जिस लड़की की शादी हो रही है उसके पापा इंडियन कल्चर में छोटे जो शहरों में होते हैं ना जो यही करते रहते हैं सर सर गलती तो नहीं होगी, शादी हो रही है बेटी की. So when we are making a film as producers, we are that father whose daughter is getting married. You're all the time apologetic. You're trying to make the most of it. But I would say why actors are the most special thing about a film is that a director, somebody has written a story. There's a character that's there. A director will come and give a vision, but my character will walk like this. Then comes a producer who will say, अच्छा हम इसको इतने बजट में इस जगह पे शूट करेंगे. Cameraman will come and say, अच्छा ये actor लिए हैं. Oh, I will light them up like this. The color scheme is going to be blue, green, red, whatever. It's going to be pastels. It's going to be bright. Then will come the time when the actors will rehearse and they will bring themselves to the character. Then they will do a lot of rehearsals with the director. They'll try to understand what they are going to do. They're going to live that life. So when you go to a set, what happens? 6 o'clock is your call time. 6 बजे एक एक्टर वहां जाता है. 6 बजे आती है, आपको चाय मिलती है, आप सेट के मूड में जाते हो, आपका मेकअप स्टार्ट हो जाता है. पैरेलली लोग लाइट लगाने लग जाते हैं. आज का शॉट यहाँ पे हो रहा है. यू स्टार्ट प्रिपेयरिंग दैट स्पेस फॉर शूटिंग. नाउ एवरीबडी हैज डन एवरीथिंग. आपका मेकअप हो गया, आपके कॉस्ट्यूम्स आ गए, आपको शूज पहना दिए गए, आपके बाल चेक हो गए, सेट पे आपके लिए लाइट लग गई, कैमरा सेट हो गया, डायरेक्टर आके बैठ गए, लाइटमैन सब स्पॉट वगैरह सब रुक गए. Everybody is waiting for you to come and give that take and make that dialogue a reality. I love you, Suman. मैंने प्यार किया. Whatever. So now Salman's gonna walk in and he's going to like जो पेपर पे है. अभी तक जिसके लिए आपने लाइट वाइट लगा दी कुछ भी नहीं है. Somebody will walk in, look into the camera like well, your girlfriend also might not be there. A girl also might not be there. कैमरा के साथ डीओपी के साथ अजीब सी शक्ल वाला लाइटमैन खड़ा होगा और आपको लाइटमैन पे देख के बोलना है जैसे आप सुमन को देख के बोल रहे हो. And then there are 200 people watching you. For the audience, it's camera, it's me. So it's me on the screen. Bloody hell, on this side of the camera, there's the whole entire crew looking at you like this. क्या करने वाला? It's like scary. And then you forget all of that. You get into a mode. You do your exercises. You come with confidence, which is not there. You're fucked already. Your heart's going like there. Thuk, thuk, thuk. You pretend that you're perfectly all right. You go there, you give a take, it's good, it's bad, you get the feedback, you try to do the job, you make it all real for them, and there's a lot of work that you do as an actor behind it, if you're a good actor. So I'd say that अगर मैंने प्यार किया में शाहरुख होते तो अलग करते, दिल तो पागल है में अगर इरफान होते तो अलग चीज होती, या नवाज को डाल दो. So it's like that actor brings that role and that life to reality for you forever. I think they're very special. But I could be biased because I'm an actor too. So I don't know.
Got it. So according to you, what is the future of cinema?
I mean, in case you're asking about the cinema as in theaters, that's not gonna go away, man. I mean, I would pray, I would kill myself if cinema theaters ever shut down. The medium is this, let's talk about numbers. So only 1% of Indians watch movies in theaters. We are only 1%, and that's why our box office is only 500 crores, People watch it multiple times. The biggest movie goes to 300, 400, 500 crores. 1% of people go to theater to watch movies, or 2% max. So what happens is that a movie like Lagan, जितने लोगों ने थिएटर में देखी है, उससे बहुत ज्यादा लोग इसको टीवी पे देखते हैं. We are still a TV audience, घर पे लोग बैठ के देखते हैं. People can't afford. There are not good theaters everywhere. India is 60%, 70% of India is in rural areas. बहुत कम screens हैं, But this is the medium for a big screen. When I'm acting, I'm doing a grand thing. You have to, gesture for TV. If you look TV acting and you look at the screen acting, it's very different. TV is close. We are here. Because, सबको पास में देखना है, छोटी screen पे देखना है, mid close. In camera, in film, you open the screen and you're taking the shot from ऊपर से helicopter का shot आ रहा है और आपके आगे से निकल के जा रहा है जिप के साथ. So I think cinema gives you dreams. Cinema gives you grandeur. The idealization of stars, living those stories, crying with them. I think it's all cinema. I don't think so cinema will ever die, but I think the future definitely is moving to OTT platforms. This new generation, those who are watching me, they like to consume it here. Go to your room privately, click on the show that you want to click, put these two earplugs so that nobody knows what you're watching and watch it like this. I mean, the content is going to be more digital. We all know that the consumption is there. But this thing has also made things very great for us, because earlier what I will do is my film as Fugly got 700 screens, but a bigger film gets 5,000 screens. So अगर उनको हमारी फिल्म अगर हमारे पास एक बड़ा प्रोड्यूसर नहीं है तो ऐसी जगह पे लगा देंगे जहाँ पे लोग ही नहीं देखने आते. ऐसा शो का टाइमिंग दे देंगे डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर्स आपको जिसमें कोई देखेगा ही नहीं. So your numbers go down. आपको 9 बजे का शो मिल गया. 9 बजे कौन फिल्म देखने आता है? You know, but the blockbuster films will get 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, 9. You know, people will go at that time and watch those films. Now, when I do a film for OTT platform, मेरी फिल्म का पोस्टर और आपकी फिल्म का पोस्टर, मैं चाहे अरफी लांबा हूँ, आप चाहे सबसे बड़े सुपरस्टार टॉम क्रूज हैं, they are just like two posters. One click to my film, one click to your film. I have already paid subscription for Netflix, for Amazon, for Hotstar. आपकी फिल्म बेकार है, मैं घर पे बैठा बोर हो रहा हूँ, मैं उसको चेंज कर दूंगा. I will go to अरफी लांबा's film. So this is making it more democratic. It's all about content now. You know, people are watching content from international platforms. From like a lot of good content is coming. They're discerning. ये मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है, ये मुझे नहीं लग रहा. Data is being collected. So it'll become more democratic. You know, you will see a rise of a lot of other actors will become important. A lot of good things will happen. Earlier, जैसे cricket में क्या होता था? Earlier it used to be test cricket. Now cricket caught the fancy of the country. Test cricket से इतने लोगों ने सपना देखना शुरू किया, मुझे भी क्रिकेट खेलना है, तो हम वनडे क्रिकेट पे आ गए. Now there's Ranji Trophy, one day and test. So there are more players that can join. But whole country wanted to, you know, watch cricket and be a cricketer. Now we have IPLs. So many players are there. So many players can now do. In the similar way, people wanted to be actors. Initially, they were only cinema. Then came television. That employed a lot of actors. जिनको शायद सिनेमा में काम नहीं मिलता, पर उन्होंने टीवी से बहुत फेम पाया. Now is OTT. So your avenues have increased like so much. It's the desires, you know. People are wanting what they want, and universe expands. So I would say that cinema will stay forever, but people will go to cinemas for bigger films. Smaller films might just go to OTTs, and you know, people are used to watching at their home with their friends. If you are working and you are like earning well, you watch it with a glass of wine. If you're a student, you watch it with a cup of chai, and you still enjoy it. You know, so.
Nice.
But it's the hands of these people, and I hope they don't stop going to cinemas. I hope they don't stop watching films in theaters. I hope they don't miss that experience for which we design films. I hope so.
But well, we'll see the reality soon after the things and all. Okay, so as you have worked both in short and feature film format, can you share your views on the future of short film formats?
Well, it's earlier short films will take money. You know, earlier when you're doing a short film, you would want like a big camera. Cameras were expensive. Post production is expensive. Now all of that is gone. You can shoot on your phones. You can do a great quality on phones. You can do good post production by yourself if you learn these things in an institution. Short films are a great way to showcase your talent. They make for a good showreel. As a director, as a producer, writer है आपने लिखी है film. मैं actor हूँ मैंने किया है. So sorry, I'll say the future of short films is gone. Also to tell a story in 15 minutes is an art. To give a message or to entertain or to make you cry in that time is like really beautiful. जैसे ads में आप 1 minute में करते हैं. Formats are different, but short films are here to stay. You know, when we as producers we want to work with a new director or someone else, somebody brings a script, we always say, what work can I see of yours? Everybody's not done a feature film. Everybody can't do a feature film. You can do shorts, and shorts are finding a lot of platforms. मेरी मम्मी रोज रात को हमारा movies पे shorts देखती है. Every night she'll watch something. So this content is being consumed because मेरे को 3 घंटा invest नहीं करना है. I don't want to get stuck in a bad movie जहाँ से मैं निकल के आऊँ. 10 मिनट की तो है, पसंद आई तो छोड़ दी, अगली देख ली. You know, it's a good way to. I think it's gonna stay, and it's pretty good. And they are traveling now. They give you fame. They make people interested in you by watching your short film. आपको एक 90 मिनट की फिल्म बना के उसको खराब करने की जरूरत नहीं है. एक शॉर्ट फिल्म खराब हुई, दूसरी तीसरी अच्छी हुई, वही सबको दिखाओ. So it's like democratic. It will make the medium democratic, more democratic.
Beautiful. Nowadays, film in academic is a trending subject. Why is it important to study films or getting training from the film schools, institutions, universities?
Well, you know, there are two things. इंजीनियर बनने के लिए इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए. डॉक्टर बनने के लिए डॉक्टर की पढ़ाई करनी चाहिए. मैं डॉक्टर्स की दवाई नहीं दे सकता. मुझे कितना भी पता हो सर दर्द के लिए पैरासीटामोल लेनी है, बट अगर सर दर्द का रीजन नहीं पता, मैं पैरासीटामोल लेता जाऊंगा ना, अंदर ट्यूमर पड़ा होगा, पता भी नहीं चलेगा. So you got to learn your field. It's the respect you show towards your field. So if I tomorrow meet say Shah Rukh Khan, and I don't even know what films he acted in, what films influenced me or anyone, is he a good actor, bad actor, what does he think, I have no right to call myself a fan. If I tomorrow meet say Yash Ji and I don't even know the cinema and his contribution to cinema, why should he be interested? I'm not even giving the importance to the field. These are stalwarts who build your field. If I don't know anything about Nawaz sir, when he started, what did he do? My knowledge of the field and my connection is zero. What do you want to do? You want to be an animator? Find out how your field progressed. Film schools are a construct of 30 odd years. So मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा कि सबको सीखना है. आपके पास natural talent भी है, तब भी आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ती है. आज से 40 साल पहले शायद एक्टिंग स्कूल्स नहीं होते थे जैसे जितने आज हैं. तब भी अच्छे एक्टर आते थे. आज हम उनको ऑब्जर्व करके अपनी टेक्निक बनाते हैं. थिएटर में कैसे लोग करते थे, नाट्य शास्त्र पुराना था, उसको लेके अडेप्ट करते हैं. माइकल चेकॉफ, स्टानिस्लावस्की ने क्या बोला, वो आज कैसे अडेप्टेबल है उसको देखते हैं. इट्स अ लॉट ऑफ रिसर्च दैट वी डू. बट अगर पहले ये सब नहीं था, उससे पहले भी बहुत अच्छे एक्टर होते थे. सो आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू से दैट विदाउट दिस यू कैन नॉट एग्जिस्ट. बट इफ यू आर डूइंग दिस एंड यू नॉट रिस्पेक्टिंग योर फील्ड एंड लर्निंग अबाउट इट, it's a loss. I would say that it puts you on a much better pedestal when you learn it from a school. You do film appreciation course, you get to know about actors, you get to know about form of acting, you start identifying where you are, you start defining yourself, understanding yourself. नहीं ये नहीं अच्छा है, ये अच्छा है, ये बहुत अच्छा लगा, that's me, that's not me. It's about the journey to find yourself also. And like I said, it's about journey of giving respect to your field. So I think it's very, very important that if you want to, don't take it lightly. This is going to be your मैं ऐसा थोड़ा ना है कि मैं जॉब करता हूँ, शाम को आके नेटफ्लिक्स देखता हूँ. ये मेरा नेटफ्लिक्स नहीं है, ये मेरा जॉब है. यहाँ से मुझे पैसे कमाने हैं, यहाँ से मुझे नाम कमाना है. दिस इज गोना डिफाइन मी. सो इफ आई एम नॉट गिविंग इट रिस्पेक्ट एंड टाइम एंड स्टडीइंग, अरे फिल्मों में इसके लिए आ जाओ क्योंकि पढ़ना नहीं पड़ता. डोंट कम यार. If you meet somebody like an SRK, there's so many of them, Jitendra Ji in his time, and you casually ask them, ये फिल्म रिलीज हुई थी, उसके नंबर्स क्या है, वो आपको बताएंगे ओपनिंग कितने में लगी थी, किस सेक्टर में कितना लगा, बिजनेस ऑफ सिनेमा ओवरऑल मनी कितनी लगी, सैटेलाइट कितने में गया. यही नहीं वो बताएंगे कब सैटेलाइट शुरू हुई, जिम्मी जिप कब आई पहली बार फिल्म में नया क्या हो रहा है. भाई जानो, तुमको ये सब पता नहीं है, देन यू एंड आई आर टॉकिंग, आई विल स्विच ऑफ इन 2 minutes. इसको कुछ भी नहीं पता यार, निकलो यहाँ से, कट लो. But if I meet you in a meeting, like in a party somewhere else, coffee पीते हुए, चाय पे कहीं आप मेरे पास आ गए, and in 2 first minutes of talking, you say something so interesting to me, which is about films. I'll say, bhai, bet, let's talk. How will you say that? You will say that when you have the knowledge. How will you have the knowledge? When you will study. पढ़ने के लिए, पेपर पास करने के लिए स्टडी करना बंद कर दो, अपने लिए करो. No more, learn more. This whole thing is about films. That whole section is about films. That whole section is about films. Here, there's a section about films. And I'm not saying I've read all. I collect them. But I've read 40% of that. And I have like 2 acting books that I'm reading right now. जरूरत नहीं है, मैं काम कर चुका हूँ. अभी मैं जिस लेवल पे हूँ, तो मुझे कोई सुपरस्टार नहीं लेने वाला है. मुझे उसी काम पे करके बढ़ते आगे जाना है. इसको पढ़ने से मैं शाहरुख भी नहीं बनने वाला हूँ. बट इसको पढ़ के मैं और अपने बारे में जानूंगा, अपनी फील्ड के बारे में जानूंगा, अगला जॉब और अच्छा करूंगा. Then I'll go to the next level. And I keep on saying Shahrukh sir's name all the time is because I love him. He's my idol. So कोई और नाम आता ही नहीं है जुबान पे. Don't take it in any other sense but that he's one guy who can inspire you. Listen to him. He makes sense. He's one guy who's honest. He's one guy who's never gone back on his word. And he's one guy who stayed apolitical, who's been a true actor. He's been honest. अगर उन्होंने कभी शादियों में डांस किया, उन्होंने बिजनेस किया, उन्होंने ओपनली बात किया है. He has been himself throughout. So that's why he's my idol. That's why I take his name automatically all the time. Sorry.
Okay. So probably we already have one answer from the rapid fire before we go on into the next round. But yeah, before that, we still have a few more questions. Will the current scenario change the pattern of working in cine business post COVID future of cinema and its audiences?
Yeah, for sure. Now the bigger productions are not going to change. So if you are a Dharma, if you are Disney Hotstar, what happens is that मैं पूरा का पूरा studio book कर लूँगा. That means I will bring the actors, I'll make them stay there only, quarantine them, and then shoot with them. Nobody else is entering my set. Everybody is staying there. They can afford that. Indie फिल्मों में हम पहले ही बहुत कम लोग होते थे. We'll try to cut down more on the number of people so that Corona, these kind of exposures become less. Plus, also the stories which will have limited travel and all will happen now. But I think it's temporary. I do feel that either the virus is going to automatically, the body is going to start developing an immunity towards it, or a vaccine will come. But then still, the business used to happen a lot on personal meetings. हम लोग कितनी दूर travel करके जाते थे, क्या करते थे, वो सब रुकेगा. People will start working more on Zooms. A lot of travel time will go more into creativity, and I hope it doesn't affect cinemas. I hope that people still brave it out and go and watch movies in theaters. So other than that, post COVID, खर्चे बढ़ गए हैं. You have to have a COVID inspector on set. You have to which indie फिल्मों वालों के लिए और भी प्रॉब्लम हो गई है. And you have to protect your actors all the more. Actors की बहुत लाइफ मुश्किल हो गई है. Actors are very social people. I would have a spot, like not pot दादा. I would talk to my costume lady जो मेरे कपड़े ला के मेरे को बदलवा के हेल्प करते हैं. Makeup दादा, now all of that's gonna be so difficult because अगर आप वैसे भी हम लोग जब एक्ट करते हैं तो एक्टर को छाता दिया जाता है. इसके लिए नहीं दिया जाता क्योंकि वो स्पेशल है. इसके लिए दिया जाता है कि धूप में अगर रंग झुलस गया, मेकअप दोबारा करना पड़ेगा, उससे मेकअप खराब होगा, आपका टाइम खराब होगा. ही इज सपोज्ड टू बी सेम इन द फ्रेम. People mistake it for pampering. It's about the character that I'm playing at that time. It's about मेरे कपड़ों में पसीना नहीं लगना चाहिए, स्पॉट नहीं दिखना चाहिए, So now I also have to be careful कि I don't fall sick. मैं बीमार हो गया, मेरी शक्ल की बिना शूट नहीं हो सकती. शूट को रोकना पड़ेगा, उससे लोगों को ज्यादा नुकसान होगा. So the stress is more. You're very, very stressed on the set. But I hope it all goes away and we get back to normal soon.
Arfi, you want to talk about the directors that you work with, also the very first film that you debuted with?
No, I've been very lucky and grateful to all my directors. I did one part, one line role in Slumdog Millionaire that started my life, and I tell you, nothing is small in life. I mean, I've stopped doing small things after that. That's the worst decision I ever made, not to go to television. But I would say that you're an actor. कुछ भी काम आता है उसको कीजिए. और your director is the most important person in your life. आपको एक किरदार को कैसे निभाना, आप एक अपना विजन लेके चल सकते हैं, आप कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. पर वो जो फिल्म बना रहा है ना, वो ये आपका किरदार नहीं देख रहा, वो आपके को एक्टर का देख रहा है, पूरी स्टोरी देख रहा है. So he is the one who's going to guide you किसको हमको कैसे करना है. Don't overlook that. Your job is to satisfy his vision. There for that. Also, you are there to portray your character authentically. So I'm not saying कि blindly follow करते जाओ. You have the right to talk, to discuss, to say no, मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता सर, ऐसा करेगा मेरा कैरेक्टर. But वो आप तब जान सकते हैं जब आप मेहनत कर रहे हैं, आपने स्टडी किया है कैरेक्टर. So my directors have been very special. I would talk about Kabir Sadanand for sure. When I joined Fugly, I didn't know comedy. My audition was not that great, but it was not bad. And they were before me for the role that I played in Fugly. I think there were a lot of actors, including I think Karthik was considered. I think Shraddha's brother was considered. I think that there were 2-3 more people, and everybody had come, and somehow things didn't work out with them. I mean, I would say it was my good luck. It worked for me. Had it worked for any one of them, they would have gotten Fugly. I was the 8th actor to walk into Fugly, and then comedy तो आती नहीं थी, पर हाँ बोल दिया था. कबीर भाई ने भी बोला कर लेंगे. Said comedy so difficult. It's the most difficult genre. You have to have the timing. और आप रोगे सब हंसेंगे, आप हंस ही नहीं सकते हो. हंसी किस बात पे आएगी? That I'm in a situation which is like fun, which is I'm in a mess, but you will laugh at my mess. It's not easy to create that. आप 2 मिनट में रिएक्शन गलत देते तो 2 सेकंड आगे पीछे हो जाते हो, सब बदल जाता है. So I learned a lot of comedy on set from Kabir sir. 2 camera setup. I had shot a film Prague already. I'd done some short films. I didn't know 2 camera setup. There are 2 cameras, and 2 cameras are catching me from 2 angles. And there's an actor cross. जब वो मुझे इधर से क्रॉस कर रहा है तो मुझे उस कैमरा का ध्यान रखना है, और जब वो उधर चला गया है तो मुझे उस कैमरा दोनों तरफ कैसे लुक देना है. These are technical things. Other than performing and being there, you're supposed to take care of all these things. So I learned a lot from Kabir sir. Me, Kiara, Mohit, Vijender, all of us learned, I guess, and he would shout at us like to another level. But I'm thankful for that. And then I second film I did, Sing is Bling, again comedy. And I learned from Akshay sir on set. I would observe him, and you're working with him, और सर के पास अगर जाके बैठ गया या गलती से एक चेयर पड़ी है, सर शॉट करते करते आ गए, so you're like, oh, sir आ गए, and you're sitting, like, and in 2 minutes you look and he's not there. You look back, he's doing a headstand. He's a very active guy. 4 बजे आ जाते हैं, 6 बजे अगर आपको सर के साथ शूट करना है, आपको रेडी होना है, तो एक्टर्स की तो लगी रहती है, like, those who are night people like me, we have to be on toes, we have to be ready in time. And he's a lot of fun and he's very kind. उन्होंने भी बहुत कुछ सिखाया मुझे सेट पे. He would help me with scenes if I needed, which was big for him, And if I'm stuck somewhere, he wouldn't let anyone get angry or say कि यार ये मुझे बार-बार टेक क्यों हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है. So Prabhudeva sir was nice to me, and I did Sing is Bling, and I would say Daniel Harik. I didn't know German. I learned German. So you have to say the dialogue in German accent. आपने सीख लिया, आपने उसको हिंदी में लिख लिया. एक lieber dick. आपने हिंदी में लिख दिया एक lieber dick तो बोलने के लिए, वो भी आपने ले लिया. Still there's an accent. So I'd go to Daniel. I say, Daniel, say it. Daniel will record it. I'll keep on listening it, keep on remembering it, and I'll say it like Daniel. You wouldn't believe he was so encouraging that most of my takes used to be 1 take or 2 takes. Okay. I mean, of course, they need a German Indian accent that will work for them. And, so encouraging, so good for me. Then I worked with Ruchi Joshi on a short film called The Idiot. Such a nice experience. I worked for Santosh Sivan sir. He's one of the best TOPs in the country. So when Ari Cameras wanted to do a spot for Ari and they wanted to work with Santosh sir, so they approached us for saying that, let's do a short film and, ऐसा कुछ करते हैं. This is where I pushed myself. I went to meet Santosh sir. अच्छा sir, आप casting करने वाले हैं, तो I want to do this part. He looked at me like, अरे you can't look that. No. He rejected me. And then I was like, ये तो नहीं हो सकता मेरे साथ life में. This is the chance of my life. You're doing a short film where he's lighting you up. Santosh Sivan sir is lighting you up. This is like dream for an actor. I didn't want to miss it. So I grew my beard. I got a special photo shoot done in what the fuck, like that cafe. We picked it up. Got them treated, and then I would rehearse with sir's first AD and wonderful director. He really helped me a lot. And then I sent my pictures and I said, I want to do this. He saw the pictures and he couldn't believe it. Like, oh, le lo, karenge. And then, with him also the experience was so good. We would finish every day's work in like half a day. We never went to the full day shoot ever with him. He knows his lighting very well. He's a wonderful director. And he always knew what he wanted from actors. So he would always tell what he wants. And then he'll come and tell me, you are good, man. And he would say this and I would just melt. मतलब अगले 5-10 मिनट तो मैं शॉट दे ही नहीं सकता. आंख भर जाती थी और मैं उठता रहता था चुपचाप कहीं साइड पे चला जाता था. That I've got a compliment from him. So that was nice. And then, many other wonderful director friends, who keep on helping all the time. And Sudhanshu is a friend who's a director, kind of person I fall back on all the time. So yes, I have a special relationship with directors because also I'm an actor. So, it's the language you use it's not you are in non-competitive space, I don't have many actor friends and it's not that I blame them. I also blame myself because when you are in the similar zone, somewhere the competition comparison sets in, somewhere, that you everybody's trying to make it, so you don't blame anyone, but you somehow end up not being very, very great friends with actors, but you from other fields and all. I don't know. That's just my experience also, So,
Arfi, last question before we get into the fun round.
we are only doing the serious round, no fun round here.
We are going to get there after this question, so that you said a lot of things anyway. So we need to have fun. You have worked with both domestic and international directors, productions. What is the difference in working pattern or like in domestic and international cinema? Anything that you would say?
No, I should be honest, like when I worked with Slumdog Millionaire, I was there only for a day. It was a day's shoot, but the organization of that set was amazing, We still are lacking in resources. I would say that if I have that kind of money, like they have for their movies, I would also be so organized, have so many people, I also feel that the actors, they work harder. We should all start working harder. Things are changing. Actors are working hard here also. I would also say that, I think it's primarily about budgets. They have more budgets than us. That's why they can organize it better. They have better facilities to do. But passion is same, man. When I go in front of camera anywhere else and I'm performing, everybody's glued onto me. This actor's going to perform, and they have so much of hopes on you. And this is same everywhere. The passion with which actors go and do their job, that's same everywhere. The directors are as passionate in telling their stories. So I don't know. I think it's the language, it's the audience that makes it the medium different, how you're acting and how you're telling your story. But other than that, ask me about the best film industry in the world. I'll say it's always Indian film industry. It's Bollywood. That's where I dream to be. That's where I am, and that's where I'm grateful for being here, for having this life. So yes.
You also won an award for the film that you spoke about, the German film, right? So how was the experience?
German film actually released in 3 places. I won an award for Idiot, which is the short film that I did with Ruchi.
Okay.
Yeah. But German film, that released in 3 countries: Germany, Austria, and Switzerland.
Yeah.
That was a TV film that released on the biggest television network, and also, I remember, a very dear friend of mine from Amsterdam. He's got a German friend. So, he went to visit his German friend casually, and the German friend's like, German friend and his wife, they're sitting, and, my friend was like, You go to India, no, you go, let us show you a very wonderful Indian actor, come sit, and they play my film. And this Amsterdam friend of mine, Martin, is a very dear friend of mine. He's like, oh my God, he's my very good friend. And, then I got a call from him. Then because of that film, I got a lot of calls from my friends in Germany. I made a lot of new friends there, So international work, when your work travels, that's such a blessing, There's no bigger reward than people watching your movies, appreciating you, remembering you, following you on Instagram, reaching out to you, talking to you. That's the biggest reward, when you perform as an actor. Of course, you're performing for your director, you're making it happy. When you make a movie, you all see the movie, you are like keeping your fingers crossed. What is that one person who's going to buy a ticket for my movie is going to watch? What is one person who's going to click on my film on Netflix going to say about my work? So it's not like any actor is hoity-toity. We are as like we're like looking forward to someone praise us, telling us we did hard work. It's a good work. It's not a good job. We look forward to that. Whatever's the opinion. So I'd say reach out, tell your actors, anyone you like, reach out to the Instagram, reach out to the Twitter, whether they respond or not, whether they can respond or not. Not your job to get a response, but it's always your job as an audience to tell, yeah, you did good. It might be making up someone's day who's having a bad day. We have everybody, all of us have tough lives. So let's be kind and let's appreciate each other.
Students should place their work.
Sorry.
Arfi, do you think students should place their work, whether mature or immature work, on the social media, and does it really help to get professionally sorted later by promoting your work on different platforms?
It's not about immature and mature work. To get your point right, you're right in a way that to compare it like that, to see it like that. But the work that you're proud of, the work you feel is authentic, you should put that. The work which you feel that, अरे यार, don't be hard on yourself. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए अच्छा काम है. अरे यार इससे भी अच्छा हो सकता है नहीं डालूंगा. Don't do that. But you would know, show it to a couple of people, take an honest opinion. यार ये कैसा है? अगर कुछ नहीं है तो वहां से शुरू करो. जो अच्छा होता जाए तो दूसरा वाला निकालते जाओ. Have 2-3 good works there always, and I would say that you made an effort. Do put it out and see what people say. Learn from it. If it's not too good, you will do good. You will do better. Share, take feedback. बहुत बुरा है तो मत डालो. बहुत बुरा है तो दोस्तों को दिखाओ, उनसे feedback लेके अच्छा करो. But करते रहो. कुछ भी करते रहो. I mean, नहीं करना is very बुरा. आपने करके नहीं डाला, no problem. आपने किया ही नहीं तो फिर अल्लाह वाले.
Okay, Arfi, now we're going to be starting up with the fun questions because we have very less time, and let's begin there. So number one, Arfi, an actor or producer?
Is it coffee with Ali? Where is the coffee?
You have it on your table.
Okay, tell me. Tell me.
Arfi, an actor or a producer?
An actor.
Okay. What would you be if you weren't acting?
I would be just traveling the world.
Okay. Which anyways you're doing?
I do it more.
Box office or heart, your place?
What?
Box office or heart, your place?
Box office and heart both.
Okay. Fame for you?
It's recognition, it's appreciation. It's not about everybody going mad and saying he's there, but it's about that one person also coming and genuinely saying your work touched them. That's fame. That the fame is that when I've reached out and I've touched your life some way. मेरा interview था, मेरा कुछ मैंने acting की और वो आपको अच्छा लगा. I would believe I've done something nice and I'd be happy.
Okay. Your 3 major interests other than movies?
Reading, traveling, listening to music.
Okay. Number 6. Your most embarrassing story on set or otherwise?
No, no. We're not going there.
Come on.
It's not. This is me. Like everybody. No, but I'm not the only one who has an embarrassing story. All of them who are watching me, everybody has an embarrassing story. Why do I get to tell mine and not hear theirs? No. No.
So you want to skip that?
They in Fugly, for generally the takes for one or two. For one take we got stuck, and that went to 56 takes, and then हमारा नाम हो गया था set पे अब तक 56, for next 2 days, and that was so embarrassing. I remember the production, the EP from the set and the producer from the production house. I remember मेरे पीछे आके क्या बोला, उसने बोला तू जाके अपने आप को hunter मारेगा, मैंने इतने take दे दिए हैं. That was so embarrassing. Those 2 days were like strange, but yeah, होता है.
Okay. Number 7, a director you want to work with?
Director I want to work with Christopher Nolan.
Okay. And anyone from Bollywood?
Anyone from Bollywood? Anyone from Bollywood? There was one, but I don't want to work with her anymore. And there are many. You know, like it's like the way I'm thinking. It's not that I don't know who I want to work with. It's like so many names, and picking up one is so unfair. So unfair. I would have loved to work with Yashi. You know, I would have loved to work with anything he would have directed me on. I would have loved to. I would have literally given an arm and length. And if that was the last movie of my life, I would have said, "Sir, मैं पेड़ बन जाऊंगा, आप एक बार डायरेक्ट कर दो और मैं चला जाऊंगा यहाँ से." But he's no more. So let's leave it at that. And you know, yeah, I would love to work with Imtiaz Ali. I'd love to work with Rajkumar Irani sir. I'd love to work with Abhishek Chaubey. I'd love to work with, you know, Kabir Khan. Everyone, you know, everyone. I'd love to, like, I want to work with Nitesh Tiwari. Big directors, small directors, good directors. You know, anyone. It's like, as an actor, what you look for is great stories. What you look for directors who are collaborators, rather than picking up names. It's always like, oh my God, this is exciting. I can do this. Oh my God, this is so dangerous, but I want to do this. You're always trusting on the director and story, you know. So anyone and everyone.
Okay. A female actor you want to work with or want to be casted opposite? You
know, I don't know how it's gonna sound, but Kareena Kapoor, any day, like hands down. Okay. They don't need to put camera on me. They can put camera on her all the time. They can have my back, and I can just act with Kareena. And I'm happy.
Your best performance in one of your acted films in Bollywood?
It's like, you know, let's take it like this. You know, the best is yet to come. It always is yet to come. But I'm proud of all my work. I'm literally proud of all my work. You know, like when the movies get made, I don't watch my movies for long time. You know, because I'm very scared of my own work. जब तक मुझे 10-15 लोग आके बोल नहीं देते बहुत अच्छा काम किया है, मैं देखता नहीं हूँ. I just did a shot in Lockdown Shots with Arif sir, the guy who made Sheep for Netflix, and I have not seen it. It's there in my inbox, and I'm like every day I'm like नहीं, तुमने क्या गंदा काम किया. होगा जब तक मुझे 4 लोग देख के बता नहीं देंगे it's good, I'll not watch it. So you know, I later on you realize the work's been good with whatever you could do and all. I'm very proud of my short film Idiot. I'm very proud of what I did with Santosh sir. Very proud of Ugly, Sing is Bling, Prague, all of them, and my German film. You know, I'm happy with the work I've done.
Your favorite actor?
My favorite actor in the world? Where?
Wherever you want to sit.
Akshay sir, Shahrukh sir, both of them. Ajay sir, like the favorite role still says Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, whatever Ajay sir did in that. I would love to do that part again. You know, I don't believe in remakes and all, but I hope somebody makes Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam and I get to reprise Ajay sir's role. And I hope I can do half as good as what he did there. You know, that's like amazing.
Your least favorite actor?
There's a connection problem. I can't hear you.
Okay. And director?
Least favorite director?
Yeah, favorite and...
You want me out of the industry? No, everyone is great and I want to work with everyone. What is this going on? Sabotaging me. Everybody I want to work with, everybody is good.
Okay. In last 5 years, your 5 favorite films in Bollywood?
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. I loved Sonchareya, by the way. I watched it and I loved it. This is not a good question because I will say things which are inappropriate in the present scenario and times, and you know, people will be like, "अरे ये तो वैसे वाले ही सोचते हैं अभी भी and all, कुछ बदला नहीं है." So let's talk about all-time favorites. You know, I love Ganga Jamuna, Dilip Kumar Saabs. I love Diwar, Bachchan Saab, all of us too. I'm not like some special fan of his. All of us.
Name of your next film.
Huh?
Name of your next film.
Let producers announce. There was a film I was supposed to start that got tanked. Literally got tanked. We are not doing it anymore because of the financial crunch. But there's something else coming up. But watch out my Instagram. That way you'll get to follow me also. I'll get to know that you guys are following me. Follow me, and you know you'll get to know soon. I'm doing 3 short films, by the way, one next to other right now. That's what I'm preparing for. But feature, let's talk about when the production house. That's their job. That's their prerogative and privilege to announce their actors. So we wait for that.
Okay. Thank you, Arfi, for that was the fun round that we already ended. Anything that you want to already said about your upcoming projects? You want to say something to our students from Parul University who are studying or upcoming creatives, do's and don'ts, and you already said your last word.
डरने की जरूरत किसी को नहीं है. You know, I could just be blabbering. Ignore me. It's your journey. You know your goals, you know your dreams, you know who you are. I am just telling you from my perspective. Ignore me, whatever I said, just trash it. look at your journey from your eyes, see what works for you. Don't think from here, think from your gut. हम लोग we are animals, हम जानवर हैं. जानवर का दिमाग नहीं होता, उसका gut चलता है. उसको पता होता है कहाँ से खतरा है, कहाँ से opportunity है मेरे लिए. Where is my food and where is my danger? So go more inside you. Get in touch with yourself rather than having an intelligent thinking brain. Have an instinctive gut. That will help you a lot in the journey. Also, सब कुछ ठीक होगा. ये जो कॉलेज वाले बच्चे होते हैं ना, बहुत डरे होते हैं कि कल को जॉब नहीं मिलेगी, लाइफ खराब हो जाएगी, कोरोना हो गया. Everything turns out well in the end. अगर नहीं हुआ है तो it's not the end. Keep walking. I'm sure all of you gonna do like way better than I did, way better than Ali did. I wish all of you the best. May all of you shine. But one day at a time, keep smiling, be kind to each other, and you would have a great journey.
Thank you, Arfi, for giving your time out to our students and the university. We wish you all the very best for your upcoming projects and your future. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. ये मेरे बाल इसके लिए खराब थे because मुझे लगा I'm not on and I was just ठीक कर रहा था और खराब ही रह गए. So whatever I'm looking is all because of him. I thought usually what they do in the studio is that they tell you, "Acha, abhi now you're going live." So I said, "Oh, he's live. I can do whatever." And I'm so sorry for all of that.
It's okay. You look good anyways. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you for giving me
you on our show. All the very best for your future.
Thank you. Everyone.
We have more coming up. For more updates, please follow us on Facebook at Parul University. Also our Insta handle, Parul University. This is your host, Ali Ahmed Sheikh. Signing off now. Take care of yourself. See you soon. Bye-bye.